This is a cheat sheet to all the boyfriends out there because call me Beyonce, but if I were a boy, I'd be a better boyfriend than half of y'all. So let's get started. Number one, if your girl
So I have to start out by saying it's the dumbest comment of all time. If I was a boy, I'd be a better boyfriend. You're saying that as a girl. You think you know exactly what you want. So obviously, if you say, "Oh, if I'm a boy, I'd be a better boyfriend," well, no shit, you're gonna say that. It's really unintelligent. You're looking at it from a girl's perspective. If you were on this side of the game, obviously your perspective would change. I don't think you gotta be that smart to understand that. But anyway, it's just a stupid comment.
if your girlfriend come up to you and she's like, "Oh, I'm feeling stressed. I'm feeling anxious. You know, I'm feeling sick. I got
Yes, let me guess. Don't give the logical solution. Just listen. Okay.
a headache." Just shut the fuck up. Don't give her a solution.
Wow, who'd have
Most of the
thought?
time, us as women, we already know what the damn solution is.
So you guys just like to complain, 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 complain. See, now I don't like personally. I don't have a problem with this. I don't have a problem with it. I understand how women are, right? But to expect guys to this entitlement of expecting guys to just understand this is sort of stupid, right? We just think differently than you guys. Okay, so we have to learn this. A man has to learn this thing. Okay, this concept that girls vent their emotions through talking and complaining. We have to sit there and listen. We're very logic oriented beings. So when we have a problem, we think about, okay, how are we going to solve this problem? So because complaining doesn't do anything for us. Complaining does stuff for you guys. For us, when we complain, we still have the problem at the end, sitting like, oh, well, we have the problem. I just complained, wasted a bunch of time, and there's no solution yet. This is how we think about it. So this idea is simply it's funny because it's a little bit of ironic, right? You're trying to pretend like you could be a better boyfriend. In reality, you have no idea how men think, and it's very clear. But anyway, I don't necessarily blame you. I understand, but to expect all guys to get this is sort of it's actually a lack of your understanding of how the male mind works.
We already know what the fuck to do. We're coming to you, to our boyfriends, to be cuddled, to feel safe, to feel loved, to feel beautiful. So all you need to do is shut the fuck up. Ain't nobody asked you to be Mr. Know-It-All, talking about, oh, if you have a headache, just drink water. Oh,
I love the hyper masculine approach, even though, I mean, obviously I agree, but hyper masculine approach. As soon as a girl's telling you to shut the fuck up, it's not good.
if you're stressed, just turn in your assignments. Like, literally, know that. We already know that. All you need to do, close your mouth, right? Hug her real tight.
I just want to quickly point out that girls love talking about how they have emotional intelligence, yet another ironic point is so you have such little control of your emotions that you know what the solution is, but you still have this need to vent it out, throw it out in the air, have someone, listen to it for the sake of you be able to process it. I just find it funny. I don't necessarily have a problem with it, by the way. I've played this role many, many times. I'm simply saying I just find it interesting on a surface level perspective how girls always love to tell themselves that they have emotional control or emotional intelligence, yet they're the ones that are constantly needing to vent their emotions at all times because they can't process them and control them on their own. Just a little fun fact.
Kiss her forehead and then let her do what she need to do.
That's true.
All right? Tell her she's beautiful, if anything. So leave her be. And then once all of that is done, life will go on. Everything will be good. But if you're talking too much, she's going to get irritated because we already live day to day getting mansplained by different men we don't even know.
Mansplain classic. Guys like sharing their knowledge, guys. Not every time a guy explains something is because he wants to teach you a lesson or whatever. Guys just like sharing things they know. Okay, it's like how the guy brain works. Now I understand it. I understand how this is always perceived negatively. Oh, he's mansplaining. This is bullshit concept. What about woman-splaining? I mean, no one talks about it. No one talks about woman venting. It's so funny how in the same clip the hypocrisy is insane. Like I said, I personally don't really care. I think it's funny, but it is interesting to note how you have to sit there, listen to me, woman-splaining my emotions and not wanting a solution, but a guy being, I guess a little bit proud of knowing things and wanting to share knowledge with others is always taken as, this guy is trying to always teach me something or whatever. I understand that it can be annoying sometimes. I'm not gonna pretend like guys do that to me, man. Like guys do that to each other. It's not like they're just doing it to women, but it's funny how when women receive this, they always take it so negatively. It's just once again, a lack of understanding of how the male mind works, right? Guys just get off on knowing stuff and love to share information and knowledge. They love it. It's something that gets them going.
sometimes. So sometimes it's just nice to have a man shut the fuck up and listen, you know? Number 2,
Yeah, shut the fuck up and listen, right? What about when it gets too intense? When you're constantly creating endless amounts of chaos? What about then? Is there ever a time where it's okay to suggest the solution, maybe? Curious.
if you struggle with your girlfriend being like, oh, I don't really know where to eat, I don't really know what I want to do, stuff like that, maybe it's because you lack the effort that takes to plan a real date.
So, it's funny on this one, I actually agree with her completely. Yeah, guys, when she talks about effort, if you're smart enough and resourceful enough, you don't have to even put any effort. Just make decisions quickly on the fly and be like, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this. It's gonna seem like a plan, like effort. In reality, you came up with it in like 2 seconds. Okay, so yeah, what she's referring to here is not referring to effort. She's referring to masculinity and decision making. Okay, she doesn't want responsibility, which makes sense.
Hey, when I tell you a date can be anything, a date can be anything. But it's the fact that there's effort in it that makes a girl get better.
Okay, so this is where she's wrong with her interpretation of it, but it's not true. It's not about the effort. It's about the decision making once again. Okay, it's about he's a man, he takes charge, he's a leader, and I don't have to think. I don't have to think about what we're gonna do. You just sort of take me around, and I'm just enjoying the scene as it flicks on, right? Almost like a movie. I tell you guys this all the time, so you should know.
Butterflies. For example, going out to dinner, be like, hey, just be ready by like 6 o'clock and I have a date planned for us. It could be Applebee's.
I mean, I'll say this: if you're talking like this to him all the time, I mean, don't expect a date because it's this kind of behavior. I'm assuming you don't do this to your guy, but if you talk to your guy like this, definitely won't be no date plan for this.
For all that matter. But it's the fact that you put effort in to choose a place and, just take her there as passenger princess.
Yeah, I'm just curious to, of course, as soon as you start talking about all the things that a guy needs to do, naturally girls love to talk about what guys need to do. What do you do though? I always love to ask the question. So what do you, I'm not going to ask what do you bring to the table. Guys, don't ever ask a girl what she brings to the table, by the way. Never ask them, okay? Let me be the one online in this logical format. Like, I would never ask a girl in person, like, what she brings to the table. I would just study her, and really quickly I'd know what she believes and has to offer. But for the sake of this video, I do have to ask, obviously, right? What does she offer that makes her so worthy of all these things? And once again, it's that entitlement concept. So many girls have this downloaded into their brain and they have no idea where it comes from, right? It's just automatic for them. They don't think it's entitlement. They just think it's what you need to do as a guy. Come on, man, you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta be a man, right? When they tell you to be a man, it's all good, right? But when other guys say, oh, no, this is false standards on guys. There's so much pressure. They shouldn't be expected to do all these things. Like, which one is it then? Should we be a man or not be a man? I mean, it's so confusing, it's whatever. I mean,
and treat her nice. That's what get the butterflies going. That's what get the heart going, all right? Or it can be as simple as listening to your girlfriend, knowing what her cravings are, right? And just being like, hey, babe, I know you've been craving a pink drink. Do you want to go get a pink drink on this magnificent day? I want to take you to get a pink drink because you're craving a pink drink. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Obviously, there are more secrets to share. But you know what? Let's just start with 2 and then work our way up. All right? And if you're confused, watch the video back in slow motion because I could not make it more obvious.
Not that confusing. There's obvious truth to the stuff that she was saying. I'm not going to disagree with all of it. I hate the presentation. I hate it. The presentation comes from the perspective of, like, you should know this. I'm entitled to this. There is no standard of performance on me. The standard of performance is on you. Which, honestly, in reality, it's all true, right? But in the end, it is good to know what is the return. Likely, not that much. Maybe some bedroom fun at most. But I won't assume.